Santa, you're late for your video. Oh, excuse me. Hi, I'm glad I'm here finally. So, I hear there's lots of nice children in and around the Ella Johnson Memorial Public Library. There are good children near the Milk House and Cambridge Lake and all over Pingree Grove. More nice children by the Century Inn and in Burlington, by the Chicken Dip, and all around Hampshire. Do not worry, Santa's not going to forget any nice children, including the ones out on the farms. Have you been nice? Yeah, I thought so. I have two stories for you tonight. The first is very old, and you might have heard it before. And the second one is very special, and it's not very likely that you've ever heard it. The first one is The Night Before Christmas. 'Twas the night before Christmas, and all through the house not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. The stockings were hung by the chimney with care, in hopes that St. Nicholas soon would be there. The children were nestled or snugging in their beds, while visions of sugar plums danced in their heads. And Mom in her kerchief and I in my cap had just settled our brains for a long winter's nap. When out on the lawn there rose such a clatter, I sprang from my bed to see what was the matter. Away to the window I flew like a flash, tore open the shutters, threw up the sash. The moon on the breast of the new-fallen snow gave a luster of midday to objects below. When what to my wandering eyes should appear but a miniature sleigh and 8 tiny reindeer. With a little old driver so lively and quick, I knew in a moment it must be Saint Nick. More rapid than eagles his coursers they came, and he whistled and shouted and called them by name. Now Dasher, now Dancer, now Prancer and Vixen, on Comet, on Cupid, on Donner and Blitzen, to the top of the porch, to the top of the wall. Now dash away, dash away, dash away all. As leaves that before the wild hurricane fly, when they met with an obstacle, mount to the sky. So up to the housetop his coursers they flew, with a sleigh full of toys, and St. Nicholas too. The prancing and pawing of each little hoof, as I drew in my head and was turning around, down the chimney St. Nicholas came with a bound. He was dressed all in fur, from his head to his foot. His clothes were all tarnished with ashes and soot, and a bundle of toys he had flung on his back. He looked like a peddler just opening his sack. His eyes, how they twinkled, his dimples, how merry. His cheeks were like roses, his nose like a cherry. His droll little mouth was drawn like a bow, and the beard on his chin was as white as the snow. The stump of a pipe he held tight in his teeth, and the smoke it encircled his head like a wreath. He had a broad face and a little round belly that shook when he laughed like a bubble of jelly. He was chubby and plump, a right jolly old elf, and I laughed when I saw him in spite of myself. A wink of his eyes and a twist of his head soon gave me to know I had nothing to dread. He spoke not a word, but went straight to his work, and filled all the stockings, then turned with a jerk. And laying a finger aside of his nose, and giving a nod up the chimney he rose. He sprang to his sleigh, to his team gave a whistle, and away they all flew, like the down of a thistle. But I heard him exclaim, as he drove out of sight, "Happy Christmas to all, and to all a good night." Well, before okay, well, for the second story, I'd like to tell you how one of Santa's reindeer got his name. Would you like to hear that story? Okay. Well, when Santa was just starting out, he needed reindeer. And so he sent out a notice to all the reindeer. And I was surprised that over 100 reindeer responded to my invitation to come to the North Pole and interview to be one of Santa's reindeer. And so I had to put them in different rooms. And when I poked my head into the first room, I saw a lot of reindeer, and they were playing video games on their cell phones. And Santa didn't like that very much because they weren't talking to each other, and so anyway. So I moved on to the next room. In the next room, the reindeer were playing cards with each other, and they were talking to each other, and Santa thought that, oh, that is nice. And then I went outside, and the reindeer outside were playing reindeer games. And there's this one reindeer, he was out there, he wanted to get a pass, and he broke away from the reindeer that was playing with him, guarding him out there in the outfield, and he raised his hoof up in the air, and he started to wave it back and forth, letting the passer know that he was open. But he forgot that sometimes when there's snow on the ground, there's ice underneath. And he started to slip and slide, and it looked like he was doing a TikTok dance. And then, boom, down he fell. And all the reindeer, they burst out laughing. And Santa started to laugh too. I caught myself just in the nick of time because, it wouldn't be very nice to laugh at a reindeer that fell down, now would it? No. It's not nice to laugh at anybody that falls down. So, that reindeer, he got back up again, and he started marching over to the other reindeer, and Santa goes, "Oh no, there's going to be trouble." And that reindeer, when he got close to the other reindeer, he burst out laughing himself. And Santa knew right then and there, I need to have that reindeer as one of my reindeer because he has such a good attitude. And what do you think we named that reindeer? Did you say Rudolph? No, this was before any of the sleigh even got pulled for the first time. No, we named him Dancer because it looked like he was dancing just before he fell down. And so that is how Dancer got his name. Well, I know some of you are wondering, am I on the nice list? Am I on the naughty list? Well, it's not too late to get on the nice list if you're on the naughty list. And if you're on the nice list, I got a secret on how to stay there and how to get onto the nice list if you're on the naughty list. That is to listen to your grown-ups, especially your mom and dad, and do everything they tell you to do without arguing. Then you're certainly going to be on the nice list. Now, you can make a couple mistakes along the way. Nobody's perfect. I know that more than anybody else. But do your very best. Now, Miss Heather and Miss Janelle from the Ella Johnson Memorial Public Library wish you the merriest of Christmases. And Santa thinks it would be very nice if you would go to the library and wish them a Merry Christmas too. Or if you can't make it down before Christmas, just go down and thank them for wishing you a Merry Christmas. Well, I better go check on those elves because you never know what kind of mischief they're going to get themselves into. And we want to make sure that they're making toys for all the good boys and girls. So, ho 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 and Merry Christmas to everyone.